and welcome to the SmackDown Preview. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by WhatCulture to look at tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review SmackDown, but also the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett to look ahead to tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. And all the fallout from Crown Jewel.
Never mind the fallout from Crown Jewel.
Go on.
All the fallout from an actual good episode of SmackDown. Because alongside Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers, we streamed
of course
SmackDown last week in Australia. God, I missed the days when wrestling was on at 1 p.m. Hell of a run. And it was class. It was clearly Road Dogg free. It was the first of the 3 shows to have the Spider Girder, my new favourite.
Oh, yeah.
My new favourite set in wrestling. Yeah, a really strong episode. And there'd been all this, well, let's call it what it is.
Aleister Black main evented?
Well, let's call it what it is. It was Fed propaganda out there saying, yeah, no surprise to those of us in the know that SmackDown was good. Somebody's been making some pretty big changes. Basically shooting, doing the version of us taking the piss.
Yeah.
Road Dogg. Like, no, they just made an effort. They actually made an effort. It felt like it was, you know, in service of a big and very supportive crowd that were there to have the best possible time.
Yeah.
And WWE matched their energy. It was like, they do this every now and then, and you really could, when you're not hot and cool stuff is happening all the time because all your characters are engaging and all your stories are interesting, they'll have this thing where like everything goes drab, goes desert dry for weeks and weeks on end. And then you have this one episode where there's 4 big things, loads of talking points. So, you know, a bunch of like fairly bad faith critics can be like, see, power's back. Straight, like we take the piss out of it. You know? I think you find the power's back.
I did like Sidge's one where someone was saying how amazing this looked. And he said it's literally a new lick of paint.
Yeah.
And then they were like, that's not what literally means. And he posted the picture of the new face paint that the MFTs have.
Exactly. Right. I'm on camera doing it, so I can't like lie about it. There was a point where like the MFTs rocked up for the second time of the night and faced off with the Wyatts. Now, in the cold light of day, who the hell wants to watch that? But as it was happening, the answer to that question was me, apparently, because I was like, whoa, some of them and some of them. And yeah, with a bit of hindsight, the MFTs and the Wyatts. But in the moment, because we were already kind of,
I mean, it's not difficult for me. I like the MFTs, and I want someone to take the tag titles off the Wyatt Six, to be perfect.
I guess so. But it was more about the fact that...
And Tama's back.
Tama being back was pretty cool, and the fact that they'd returned with like a slight update of look, and it all kind of pays off this idea that Solo was having to sort of start again with the MFTs. That felt enough, and that segment with Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura felt enough. And then
Where's that Nakamura been, by the way?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, but we've said this when he's wrestled Sami Zayn before.
Granted, yeah.
Might be a common denominator there. And the surf in Australia must be fantastic.
That must be it.
He must have been in the best of moods.
Yeah.
But yeah, them popping up later on in the show when you already... It's a bit of that AEW thing where you're like, no, your segment's done. You're already on the plane. You're back.
Yeah.
You're in 2 things. Overlapping stories. What? Like that feeling of them being there and it's like, oh, right, the mood has changed because the MFTs are here. That was one of the exciting things. That was one of the exciting incidents on the show. And it wasn't the only one. Yeah, the return of Nakamura, you say. The union of Zelina Vega and Aleister Black.
I like that a lot.
Well,
it needs something.
Yeah, it is something. And something, as we know, is anything. Like, and Aleister Black needed something. So we'll see if this something works. And there was just a few of them dotted around throughout the show.
Is that it for him and Priest now for you?
Better be. Surely better be. Because
it's not like he did kind of peak with what they did.
Yeah, it was like an over-delivery based on like fairly low expectations. Damian Priest, not for the first time, was in one of them rivalries where you're thinking, you could pick this up on telly if you wanted.
Not quite the same as him and Drew, but like an over delivery in terms of like, are you just going to hit each other really hard? Oh, actually, that was quite good fun.
Yeah, when he wrestled, Damian Priest has got this sort of, is it a problem? I'm not sure. He's got this role at this point where he had that against Drew. And if you think about both the WrestleMania match, the street fight, and the cage match they had on Saturday night's main event, decent bit of business. But a lot of the TV started to feel a bit stale and familiar. And it was even worse with Aleister Black. Like, not much of the feud was really any good. But the payoff match almost fools you now into thinking, not a bad little run, that was it, when most of the segments were pretty terrible. Think about what they've...
pushing Kit Wilson down the hill was quite funny.
The Kit Wilson stuff, the R-Truth stuff, it's as much been about comedic sidekicks as it has them hating each other. But they got
I think Priest needs a heel turn.
I don't know. I like him as a babyface, but I just don't know what else... Sometimes...
I think in an emergency break last, they could just be like, we need someone for Saturday night's main event against Cody, after the Randy stuff or whatever.
So you say that, and then Cody's such a good babyface, you could.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
Rumble, even the Rumble, because no one really cares about the title matches at the Rumble for the most part.
Speaking of breaking glass, with apologies to Steve Austin, he would always say, if you ain't in to win the WWF Championship, you shouldn't be in it at all.
Good point.
I was like, well, I don't agree, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't bump 16 other WWE champions when you hit them all with stunners, can you? That's not how it works, mate. Like, you need a whole range of guys. Damian Priest had a run with the world title. Some moments, like...
a phenomenal cash-in, yeah.
The winning of it, one of, like, the crown jewel moments of the boom era. But as a run... not amazing, and that's all right. You took a chance, you tried somebody, it didn't necessarily work out. He didn't feel particularly like a top guy, he didn't resonate massively as one. But there's nothing wrong in being a babyface gatekeeper, and if you can be the best one...
He's below Drew McIntyre in that level. Obviously, Drew, I think, could win the world title again.
But you say about him turning heel, that's probably, I would say, the best argument for keeping him as a babyface, because you always need a babyface like him to ready heels for like a top run, and he occupies that spot better than most currently in the roster. He'll want to be a top guy again. He'll want the world title again. That's fine. I understand that. But there's no shame in sitting where Damian Priest currently sits.
What next for Aleister Black then?
I would expect a vignette that a bunch of people are going to absolutely jack it raw to that I'm not going to particularly like.
Oh, hang on. For the third time this week, are we going to have to hit the old... Because,
I think so. Yeah.
A lot of that going around, isn't there?
Yeah. Something like that. Like him and Zelina Vega in one of his, I don't know, like...
They're a couple,
Oh, is that why they're put them together? They're going to...
I mean, are they going to do that? Because, like, I know we know, and I know most people probably do know, but wrestling fans are thick.
I suppose.
Not you, obviously not the viewers and the listeners.
Not you guys. But our community are pretty much the only ones that aren't. Yeah. Have we covered that? We got away with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. The putting together of real life couples cuts both ways, doesn't it? Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins as baby faces. Ugh.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins as heels.
It is. It was really the sort of Drake meme.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's right, actually.
The idea is, and I understand this as well, principally, that, well, you're married. So there's a natural chemistry there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be married. It doesn't always work on television.
Yeah, you're not married on camera.
Yeah.
You're married just IRL, aren't you?
Yeah, like couples have like, I mean, my wife has been married nearly 15 years. This stuff's long gone. But like have like these really sort of like delicate little pet names with each other and stuff. It's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
And like when that energy makes it onto television, I hate it.
Yeah,
It's effectively PDA put onto TV. Don't like that.
I watched the brilliant Karrion Kross interview with Chris Van Vliet, and Scarlett was there as well, I should mention. She was really good on it too. And they were far more coupley, obviously, than they were on screen. And I was like, I like seeing that side of them because they're obviously
in that context,
phenomenal couple. Yeah. That wouldn't have worked.
No.
Yeah, on telly.
Like people, maybe I don't want to speak for everybody. I don't think people would like the phrase PDA would exist if it didn't have negative connotations. And people don't, no, thank you. So like, it's not just as easy as putting a couple together, that chemistry is going to translate. It's a performative chemistry. It's characters they're playing, Like Aleister...
She's played the role of manager brilliantly before, of course.
Their marital chemistry, from what I am aware, is like, she's like doing a Twitch stream and he's like, I've got you some tune biscuits. like, I don't think that necessarily...
She's a Twitch streamer and he hides in a cupboard. How's this going to work, Michael?
I don't necessarily think that old pallet lifter Aleister Black, unless maybe he comes and he's got like 2 brews. I don't mind that.
Ooh.
Aleister Black coffee.
Okay.
So he's a barista. The barista man from Amsterdam. And I've never been to Amsterdam, but I understand it's not just coffee you get in those places. Mm-hmm. So is this anything? Like, he's got a big bifter sticking out of his mouth.
That's where the smoke comes from.
Billy bifter, loads of smoke.
Yeah.
What else about that world? I'm running out of references.
Bikes. There's bikes in Amsterdam.
Yep.
Tulips.
He goes, he's got 2 pots of black coffee and a big Billy bifter. And she's on a bike.
With some tulips in the basket.
Tulips in the basket. Like sort of Tour de France ready, like really focused on cycling to the ring. He's like, slow down now. Like, just trying to chill out here. And
trying to chill out here at work.
Is this anything? Like,
I think they are going to have a good dynamic.
I'll level with you, I don't care. But it is something. It is like Aleister Black.
Is he a title challenger in waiting?
Not in my world, not ever. But to a lot of people...
in terms of the results?
Maybe. Like, this is, if you are being completely objective about these things, Aleister Black and Damian Priest is a sort of, well, whoever wins this could be in line for a title shot. So Aleister Black, as he has done once in the past, could turn up out of nowhere and black mask Cody Rhodes in the head. We saw that in AEW with actual success. Like, that was a pretty hot foo-head back at the time. So maybe their chemistry can get something over the line here. I don't want it, but it's a way to keep a new act hot.
And if you want it, I know we've been crying out for it for months, years arguably, if you want to have one more go around of Randy Orton is Cody's mate when he's in trouble, I think they're going to do it. We'll get to that in a second. I think they're going to do that match at WarGames or Survivor Series, I should say.
Can I take a massive creative swing that will also trample on a little bit more of this preview?
Please do.
Earlier this week on X, and I don't anymore assume that anything I'm seeing is by accident. I always feel like the algorithm throws certain things in for certain reasons. Just the most random clip passed me by, and it was of Drew McIntyre in the pandemic. Babyface game show host. We liked him, but, you know, he's come on a lot since then. And it was when he was foo-heading, sort of, with the worst stable of all time, as led by Zelina Vega. And it was this, like, it was just a clipped moment where he's like, "You like a boil on my arse," or one of his wacky lines, and she's like, "Haha, yeah, thanks. Anyway, get him, Austin Theory," or whatever, and Drew kicks his head. You know, rubbish. Yeah, like, absolute trash. But that was happening for a bit, wasn't it? Like, and that's just gone in my head, that, like, yeah, like, Drew and Zelina Vega way back then. Drew McIntyre, as we will get to, might not have the match he's saying he's having tonight, and we will talk about why that might be. And Aleister Black might not have an opponent. And have we not spoken a few times recently? And again, a lot of random things coming together here. On, like, one of these days, the Drew McIntyre babyface turn is a bit like the Cody and Seth feud. Is really something they can mine good content for. Like, at long last, he's kind of come through being the most miserable, righteous bastard and just starts getting a few cheers again. Like, at some point, like, the fans are going to be like, he's whinging again, but I'm kind of starting to warm to it. You know, like, what if Aleister Black just, like, Drew McIntyre's like, "I understand Jacob Fatu's not going to be here. I'm not surprised, of course. I'm hard of..." You know, and then lights go off, lights come back on, and Aleister Black's there, boot him in the head. Zelina Vega stood over him, like, commentator, "What? Like, what's gone on here? What's happened?" And then we have to wait next week to find out. And then there's also a bit of WWE lore they can mine, which is Aleister Black cuts this sort of vague promo where he's like, "You and I have been in this situation before, Drew. Like, the two of us being compared as the next great WWE champion. But it wasn't me, was it? It was you.
Of course.
And you were handed everything.
Like that.
And you were handed everything. But, you know, when it came to big stadiums, you couldn't get it done, could you? They picked the wrong man. They bet on the wrong horse. And I'm not going to let that happen again. And she's not going to let that happen again. And it's a facilitator, like, for Drew McIntyre's babyface turn. That is out of my yes.
I like it, though.
But there's something between them two dating back quite a long time that had kind of there's like a butterfly effect. It's a film, ever heard of it? Where Aleister Black gets that push instead. And, like, what does that look like? You know, like if they just go Royal Rumble 2020, we can't decide which tall, bearded, long-haired guy we're going to go with. That one instead of the one counting. That was basically the difference. The counting got over. He had that week where he was kind of Kevin Nash. I don't give a shit anymore. And he got magically over, and that was it. Like they were like, oh, we'll go with him. Yeah, I think there's something to go to one of these days. Because you got me thinking about, well, what do you do if you're not fighting for the title and you're at that point? You're at that sort
literally
of,
already fought for the US title, obviously.
Yeah, you're at that spot in the card. What do you do? Who do you wrestle? And Drew and Jacob Fatu looked like they were going to have that program, didn't they? And now they might not. So I wonder if there might be some overlap.
I like that. Yeah, we should mention, if you're unaware of this whole situation involving Jacob Fatu, because he's either wrestling tonight against Drew McIntyre or out until 2026. He's got a non-wrestling related injury, according to reports. But at the same time, he's advertised for tonight against Drew. Drew's done a whole promo on him on social media saying, I'm going to beat your ass on Friday. So what's going on?
I think, so the news broke, we're recording this on Friday, and we actually are this time.
We are.
The news broke on Thursday.
Congratulations to Sam Fender winning the Mercury Music Prize.
It was great that the Mercury Music Prize was in Newcastle for the first
time. What a coincidence.
Those are unrelated factors. The attack taking place in Australia is tells me that up to 4 days ago, they really believed that Jacob Fatu was good to go. The match was going to happen. It's probably going to get thrown out. They were going to brawl everywhere. It was going to be moved to a Saturday Night's Main Event rematch, something like that. You know, we see this as a pattern thing on SmackDown, especially. So I don't think that WWE or Jacob Fatu or whatever had any indication of this situation occurring. No. And then something's happened. Thursday afternoon / Thursday night, we learn of out until 2026. The news currently is vague. I'm sure you likes of Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Saps are actually doing the digging as to finding out what that is.
But oftentimes, as you mentioned on the news, though, if it's not out front of it's a shoulder injury, it's a foot injury, sometimes it's probably best not to speculate or dig, obviously.
Or they find out and they choose to not share it until months later when the wrestlers are a bit more comfortable with it. So there could be something happening here that up to a week ago, they weren't going to fly 2 wrestlers to Australia to shoot several brawl segments without the intent to actually put this match on television. So I think it's kind of come out of nowhere, which makes me think then...
He can't stop farting. There you go. He's all gas, no brakes. Breaks from farting. Yeah, of course.
Well, I did just say that the journalists are probably not going to share what it is, but obviously the OTJ is a bit braver than all the rest.
You didn't hear it from me.
Right, Jacob Fatu. Is this anything? I really hope it isn't serious because we've just trivialised it in probably the worst way you can find anywhere on the internet.
Fine, obviously. Guys, we're just having funny.
Just doing pumps.
My parents aren't back till after the weekend. Just put your feet up.
Mom and Dad are away. Drew McIntyre cutting a promo, to be fair to him, has made it all the more intriguing because when you read that story, the first thing you think is match cancelled, SmackDown GM, can't remember his name, makes an announcement, Drew McIntyre gets new forehead.
Yes.
Those things might still happen in that exact order.
I thought I was going to get a fight someone. I'm fighting someone tonight.
Lights off, lights back on, Aleister Black.
It's too big, but forgot to put 50p in the meter.
I've been listening to what Excalibur says here as his nightmare of his buildings. Not that we're on the same buildings, that'd be embarrassing for them. The
SAP Centre, I think they are tonight.
Anything in that?
I always think of the Sean Ross Sapp Centre.
FAP Centre.
FAP, yeah. Masturbating.
That's that taken care of. Tick that off, your bullet points.
Got it.
The fact that Drew McIntyre's put this tweet out where, for those that haven't seen it, he's basically said, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm coming for a fight, and I hate your whole family. And if you think that I'm reading something on the internet and taking it seriously, you can F off. That's the gist, isn't it? As far as he's concerned, he wants to beat up a Samoan.
I hate your family. That's 3 hates.
The fact that he's going all guns blazing, to me, says that they're going to backburner the Jacob Fatu thing. And he is gone, and we aren't going to see him until 2026. But Drew McIntyre is setting up this, I was ready. And then that's why I think they're going to, out of nowhere...
If only there was someone who's always ready.
Oh, God, please no. But maybe, I guess... Here's one for you. I would fans of Chelsea Green,
Oh my God.
enjoy every moment, because she was asked about wanting to start a family. And she said that both her and Matt Cardona would love to start a family, but, you know, the business is a business.
Yeah.
And she's found herself in a situation where, like, the going was suddenly very good. This WWE run has been the dream run she's always wanted. And I think we can all share that dreams. It's gone fabulously well and continues to do so. But she also, like, dropped in there. But, you know, if something happens, something happens. And that lets you know that potentially they are trying to start a family, and that could
Fair enough. Lovely thing.
a great thing.
Do the seahorse thing.
Excuse you?
Don't the male seahorses carry the baby?
Yeah, I know that.
So do that.
Just do that. So just do that.
Yeah.
Just like let Matt Cardona carry the baby.
Yep.
And then Chelsea Green stays at work.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Like this is the difference between me and you. I come at this podcast with problems. All you've got is solutions. It was me about to say, maybe appreciate the Secret Service while you still can, because the way she's speaking, she would very much like to start
Seahorse
a family.
it.
Seahorse it.
Next.
Tick. Next bullet point then. That's that taken care of. The potential disappearance of Chelsea Green. Seahorse it. Check.
Genuinely, though, best luck to them. Hope everything goes well.
Yeah, that's it. Like if that's how they are speaking, having lived that life, it might be something to prepare for Secret Service-wise if you're a fan. And she will be greatly missed. A bit like, obviously, what's happened with Naomi this year. Hell of a run, but when you want a family, you want a family.
Yeah.
And for the, like, especially now that there is a bit more parity in wrestling, like that's a completely different consideration that like female wrestlers have to experience.
Yeah.
It's not just like Jimmy Uso, is it? Like, Jimmy Uso. Anyway, I'm going to take 2 weeks off. Then I'm back on the road. Some would argue it's the best case scenario.
Before we go any further, I want to give a massive shout out to one of our regular listeners and, someone who's been in touch with us previously surrounding this. Tactical Penguin.
Massive shout out.
Sorry, one more time.
Massive shout out.
Thank you.
Well, we always do that when we give people massive shout
Yes.
outs rather than as opposed to the regular ones.
Of course.
Normal shout out.
So Jacob, a.k.a. Tactical Penguin, obviously a while back, I think we mentioned, was doing his HGV test, heavy goods vehicle, lorry driving stuff. Failed. Happens to the best of us.
Scary
I've never
sounding
done
test.
it.
Yeah.
I failed my first driving test. But I got a wonderful email earlier on this week from Jacob to say, hi, Adam. I hope you, the Mrs. Eric, and all the What Culture lads are having a good day. But I just wanted to give you guys an update like you asked for when I first initially failed my HGV test, which I mentioned on some videos that you guys were doing. Happy to say I've now passed it second try. Hang on, there's a button for this. I was a nervous wreck before, but listening to the Dadleys review Crown Jewel helped me calm down beforehand. I just want to say thanks to everyone at What Culture for the great content that keeps me going through the day. As annoying as you and the ham can be about the Fed, I can't sit here and say I've ever stopped listening to you boys. One day I'll buy a drink for you all. Thanks for everything you do, Jacob, a.k.a. Tactical Penguin. Well done, Jacob.
I mean, you know, Jacob, you had me in the first half there, pal. I can't even shoot, can I? Because like you can like swing a wrecking ball into the studio.
I've got a, yeah.
I mean, this one needs it, to be honest, mate. The second we've moved, you could have at it. But
He even sent us a lovely photo of him posing in front of his lorry. There you go.
oh yeah.
Congrats, Jacob. That's awesome.
Jacob, when you have your like next HGV lorry or whatever, if we're banging on talking about a weekend plan that involves us like going down a motorway for something, send us a picture of what that lorry is so that fingers crossed we can see it, and then much to the embarrassment of our children / other family members, we can go honk, honk, and wave to you, because that'd be not only like just getting one of the honks back in return, but knowing the person at the wheel.
I like trucking. I like trucking. I like trucking, and I like to truck.
Is that Adam and Joe or Not the 9 o'clock news?
Not the 9 o'clock news, I think.
God, I loved Not the 9 o'clock news. That's never, that we must have, of all the things we've referenced, I don't think Not 9 o'clock news has ever been mentioned. Like the darts sketch with like Fat Belly Jones.
Rowan
and
Atkinson.
even Fat Belly Harris. And then they'll go on. See.
Genius.
And then they'll pick up a pint.
It's a double vodka.
There was 2 books. They made Not 1982 and Not 1983.
What?
They were like spin-off books.
Yes.
But it was a daily flip over where there was like just jokes that like for Not 9 o'clock news references at every day of the year.
Should we do a calendar?
what a daily like a desk one.
Yeah,
where it's like what culture. If we did, this would be great merch, right? If we did bits, which we don't, but if we did bits, and hypothetically there was a collated 365 of them, we could do the what culture daily bit planner. So at your desk, you could like flip open the calendar, and you could, I don't know, say like July 17th, and it's like boner, and then you're doing your job, and you're thinking about boner.
Just pick it. Tell me when to stop. Pick it and just say a date.
Stop. April 30th, my birthday.
God bless you. God bless me. God bless Elaine Hirsch.
If only we did bits.
Yeah.
What a cool thing that would be. What culture bit a day.
Um,
Or toilet paper with it on for when you've got the bits. Anything. Congratulations, Tactical Penguin. That's it. And that was this week's massive shout out.
But I also want to give one to WT because you saw
a second massive shout out.
Well, you saw this. It's from a while back, but I wanted to save it for this podcast specifically because WT said that they were in the Cotswolds on a lovely family trip, and whilst their daughter was having a nap, they popped to the museum where Brum lives right now, the genuine Brum from the TV show. Got a photo, eyes lit up. It's this miniature car from a British TV show that we adore.
The eponymous Brum.
Indeed. And yeah, you can go there, you can see it, might even be able to touch it. Look at his little eyes. You still see the joy
Might
in them.
be able to touch it. A Chesterfield man today was arrested for trying to sexually penetrate the car that used to be Brum.
That cheeky grin about him, wasn't he?
He was he was heard screaming, "I just want to have Brum sex," as he was pulled away from the car, and then in like sort of brackets 45. Like that's all the car is at this point.
Yeah. That's cool, isn't it?
It's pretty amazing, actually. Yeah, that's a proper. I don't know if this has ever come across in the podcast, but I tend to visit museums. But if I saw Brum at one, it would stop me in my tracks.
Yeah.
Let's get Brum on the screen. Come on.
That's the kind of
Is he calling Brum up?
There's a bit of Brum there for you.
There you go, a bit of Brum for the
Bit of
dads.
Brum for the dads.
bit of Brum love.
In case you're completely lost.
Speaking of Brum,
Go on.
no spoilers for you, but the Celebrity Traitors ain't up to much.
Ooh, controversial.
It's all
I'm
right.
only 2 episodes in, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not
going to
gonna-
say anything to spoil it.
Well,
don't
here's how I'm not going to spoil it while offering what people have come for, which is critical analysis of the Traitors.
worry. Yeah. We'll get to the fallout from Crown Jewel in a bit.
The format, we're 4 episodes into the Celebrity one. It's only a 9-episode season. And
They got to get a wriggle on.
the real deal will be January, so that'll be fine. I have no worries for that. The format remains indestructible. Like the big sort of, it doesn't really need twists, does it? The way the format works.
No.
The game is really well set up so that the drama in the various ways in which, if you've never seen the Traitors, it's like most reality shows in there's an elimination process, but it's unlike most reality shows in that you really get to enjoy the experience of people, good people. The end. They're just good, and then the game forces 2 or 3 of them to be bad. It doesn't actually encourage disgusting, abhorrent behavior like most of the reality TV shows. It relies on people broadly being nice, and then a little bit of herd mentality kind of forcing them to turn in on one another without there being like really serious stuff in the middle. It's just oh god, they've been eliminated. The Celebrity one, a good idea in theory because you get to see like a few celebrities, and it's a stacked cast. Like it's a massive show in the UK, so they've got like big names for the UK.
Oh, I love seeing Charlotte Church. Absolutely.
I bet you did, you dirty old bollocks. Like, it has this problem that I can't shake, and my wife was on this as well.
Yes.
And she nailed something that I'm really concerned about. The money is for charity.
Really concerned about it.
Really concerned about Nicholas because it's,
Yeah. Okay.
look, I got 2 kids, I ain't got much, right? I got the Fed, and then I'm looking for anything else that delights. And the Traitors for several
And
years.
Wolves this weekend.
Hopefully, yeah. Sunderland Wolves, that'd be nice. Get those 3 points. We keep above a point per game, and at something like, I want to say it'd be like, it'd put us 9 above Wolves. Even a draw might put us sort of 10 above them at the bottom of the table. Those are the gaps you need to be building because at the end of the season, what the Bears are saying, that's going to matter. Traitors relies on the peril of the people in it getting drawn in what is effectively a parlour game because there's money on the line and it can send your brain kind of weird. There isn't any. And because they're all in the performance game, you can't help shaking that they're all just, oh no, we didn't catch a traitor. I really wanted that money for the charity that hasn't been named. Like, I don't buy it. And it is like, it is this like thing that me and my wife really look forward to, is this event. And she was like the forebodder of doom with this one, because she was like, you know what happens with celebrity things? Like, it just becomes the norm. You stop getting regular series of shows.
Big Brother or whatever it might be.
It just becomes like the celebrity one just becomes the one that most people watch. And it's like kind of like the phrase, she said it, she was like, I'm sick of hearing on TV shows, to your chosen charity, because it's just, celebrities still get a fee for this.
Yeah.
But a prize goes to the charity, you know? It's this it's this world. It's like, you know that thing that the general public enjoy? We'll take it off them.
You should say if they don't get through to like the final 5, they don't even get a fee.
Right. It's funny you mention that. I said, what if the prize and the celebrity has to sign a contract, they're not allowed to work for 12 months? Isn't that a better show all of a sudden? Because there's that's real.
Can't do this to me.
That's real peril. Yeah,
That's the prize.
No, well, sorry, not the prize, the punishment. Like, everyone that enters the Traitors, unless you win, you can't work for a year. That's the deal. Like, you have to sort of, all your contracts get frozen. If you present the Radio 1 breakfast show, for example, somebody gets that slot for 12 months. Like, you get it back. It's equally in the contract.
So people I want to be on that show that I despise. Can we get James Corden by any chance?
I was thinking him too when you said despise. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, but that would never happen, obviously. That would never happen. But that's the only comparable peril. And it really is lifted out. And it's like, bloody hell, I really want to catch a traitor. Why? Like, I don't believe you care as much about this as you're letting on. Or it's no different than an actual parlor game version of it. It's not worthy of being on the telly. They're doing
satiators until January, and then after that, gladiators, obviously.
That's why it's there. The January, honestly, this January TV run where you've got this like Traitors, Apprentice, Gladiators thing, where you're just like, I goddamn love the British Broadcasting Corporation. Like, you get this like 3-6 month period where you're just like, thank God for Anti-Beef.
Yeah. And then once that's finished, oh look, it's WrestleMania season. By the way, to bring it back to wrestling, you know what this weekend is, don't you?
I mean, it's Wrestle Dream weekend, but you can't possibly be talking about that.
No. Over this weekend, the what's it called? One of them.
Ticket tocket, put it in your pocket.
Yeah. The scales or whatever it might be tips towards it being less time than till we get to WrestleMania than it was since we left.
I had a dream. I had a vision. I see that big fat trailer. I'm jizzing.
I think it's like, we're around 179, 180 days since we left Vegas, and we're around 183 or something till we go back.
I need it.
In theory.
I need it.
But who will be champion when we get there? Will it still be Cody Rhodes? Part of the fallout is him dealing with his loss, of course, to a man who was completely betrayed. So I suppose they have got kind of a high bar for what happens to the world champion on the show after Crown Jewel now.
Cody Rhodes can have a bit of fun with that, can't he? So like, Seth, I told you, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I hope you got everything you wanted, because this sort of thing has happened to me quite a bit when I've been the top guy as well. The good thing is, having lost my Champion of Champions match, I don't need to worry about getting turned on by anybody.
That's quite good.
You know, and like, he's never been more sure that, like, at long last, he's got a friend that won't try and stab him in the back for the build. But they've obviously done a tremendous job of, like, that segment that we really loved, where Seth, like Paul Heyman's like, don't do it, Seth, and he does it anyway. And Cody's been down selling, unable to help Randy Orton, and Seth's like, back!
I'm like okay now.
Yeah, like, that was a really lovely visual setup for the eventual Randy Orton turn. And as we've talked about, Cody Rhodes is, and should stay this way, nowhere near WarGames, nowhere near John Cena's retirement. So finds himself sort of out of the big WWE headlines this holiday season. And as you pointed out, the Royal Rumble title match is sort of a free hit. Randy Orton is the perfect winter opponent.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes.
I'd feel a lot more confident about Cody not being involved in WarGames about 5 days ago.
Well, true. Yeah, they could.
So now I've no idea. Like, there's quite a nice symmetry to having Cody, if you want to do this, for example, like say if you want to drag it out even further, having Cody be in WarGames and have Randy on his team and Randy, they win or lose. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's WarGames. Who cares? And then Randy being like, "You remember when I returned at WarGames? Look what I've done in this time, and you've never ever given me a title shot."
Yeah, I was on your team. I was there for you. Like a friendly one this time out.
CM Punk has returned, become world champion, lost it again. You know,
The Owens template is that. Remember, he had the match where Owens didn't pull the trigger when they were still mates, and Owens said he didn't deserve a title shot, but they had a match anyway. Like, the friendly competition one at the Survivor Series would be great. It's like, come on, Codes, it's been 2 years. Like, I love that. Like, and we are staring at the screen intently waiting for the turn, and the turn doesn't quite come. And then it's a bit like I really enjoyed the King of the Ring final for that. It was friendly, and then
your back's kind of screwed.
and Cody's targeted it, and he's got to. That's fine. He wants to win the match. Like, I am in favour of that because I think you get the turn afterwards, and I think you set the Royal Rumble up as the really nasty piece of work finale. A bit like Kevin Owens, because
And you can have Cody being like one more time at Elimination Chamber if necessary.
you could. But what
And that's that sort of Rumble is what's happening at WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber kind of nowadays is what's happening at WrestleMania.
Well,
There's still big stuff that happens, obviously, but
so the thing is, I would like Cody and Randy's sort of like the heat to be intensified, so much so that like the SmackDown GM, can't remember his name, the last week of the show does one of them, right, you can't be in the same building together. Like, it's gotten so bad that I'm not going to have my Royal Rumble title match disrupted anymore. Like, go your separate ways. Go wherever you need to go until Sunday, Saturday, wherever the Rumble is. And then
better be bloody Saturday.
on the go home Raw for the Rumble, Cody comes out and he's like, "Oh, I'm here on Raw. Like, SmackDown GM's told me to stay off SmackDown, but I'm not going to not come and say my piece. Like, Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble, we put an end to this. Like, this has gone on long enough. We've had this blah, 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 blah." And he's saying his piece, and he's like running down Randy Orton, and then he gets interrupted, but Randy Orton can't be there, of course. Psh, psh,
Oh my god.
and then you're not going to believe this, Wilbourn, but Randy Orton is nowhere to be found. So instead of answering Cody's challenge, it's CM Punk right before the Royal Rumble. Can they have a good promo battle just before the Royal Rumble? Do you reckon?
I think they might be able to eke it out.
Do you think they've got it in them? And it's, "Hello, my friend, we meet again. I've got no semen left inside my dick. It's been forever." Book it. Like,
Yeah.
and there's your... He still doesn't win the Rumble. Sami Zayn wins the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, he's-
You're going to take this to the chamber.
yeah. Yeah. I think that's like the final being at the Rumble means that you can do the Survivor Series friendly. And then you can have...
So you're doing it across. Yeah, I like that.
Cody Rhodes loves Triple H inexplicably. What if they were to relive an old favourite of people actually like wrestling that time, and Cody's just enjoying Christmas with the family, and Randy Orton stages a home invasion. The Viper strikes. Randy's there like, "Oh, Jesus."
Brandy, or just some woman. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Who are you?
Stunt wife of Brandy Rhodes.
Wait
Wait a minute.
I don't think that's what she looks like.
Stunt kids, but like teenagers. Oh, they grow old so fast. Get them, Dad. I got this, Liberty.
Who the hell told you?
Yeah, it's good. It's exciting. There is nobody else around, and nor does there have to be.
No.
Like, Randy Orton is well teed up, well positioned for this challenge. The longer we fantasy book it and it doesn't happen, the more I worry it'll be a bit like the Adam Wilbourn 2025 draft. Well, with draft season coming up soon.
Yeah.
When? So, yeah, now's the time.
What do you do next with Tiff? Tiffany Stratton obviously lost as well in a far more cleaner fight with Stephanie Vacquet. She's had her issues with Jade Cargill. She's had stuff obviously going on with Nia Jax. I don't see her going into WrestleMania next year as champion. I don't know what she does. She deserves to be on it, obviously. But, yeah, how do you see things going for her throughout the rest of this year, really?
I'm not sure. So, losing to Stephanie Vacquet is no bad thing because wins and losses matter. It's her first one of the year, and a heel can definitely use that to their advantage. Nia Jax can definitely say, "Look, it's because I've been kicking your ass. That you've suffered the consequences, and it was a year. Like, they must be coming up on a year since you beat me, Tiffany. I want to get
Good point. Let me look that up.
I want to get my title back." You've been a good champion, but who's been the one to lay a glove on you? It's me. Stephanie Vaquer has been the one to benefit, and now I want to benefit too. And you have one last sort of Nia Jax match. Could Tiffany be the women's WarGames is currently shaping up with teams around, you would think, Rhea and Io and Asuka and Kairi. Like that's, you would build team like squads around those four, wouldn't you? Could you make it a dual brand one this year? Where, but not, I'm not saying we're on SmackDown, baby faces and heels. So you've got Julia and Kiana James. They could be heels that say, yeah, we'll help. You got,
let's see one of them in WarGames.
Yeah. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez were coming for Stephanie Vaquer. So she joins the baby faces. Like there's a bit of overlap there.
Okay.
Tiffany Stratton, like there's a mutual respect between her and Stephanie Vaquer right now. That's 4 on the babyface team.
Rio to Fair.
Yep. You've got Lara Valkyria.
Tiffany Rio.
Tiffany Rio Care. And Bailey's on both teams. It just depends who slaps her.
Yes.
So she's like, does the heels.
Good
and then,
point. Yeah,
so it's like she's in the heel cage and then somebody slaps her and she's like, I'm in the wrong cage. And then they keep swapping her. And then you got your teams for WarGames.
Like she's Wallace. I'm in the wrong cage, Gromit.
I'm in the wrong cage, Lyra. Wallace and Lyra.
It was January 3rd, 2025 she cashed in.
Was it only this year? I thought it was late last year.
Assisting Jax in a title defense against Naomi. Stratton turned on Jax and LeRae and cashed in a Money in the Bank contract to win the WWE Women's Championship and kick off the year perfectly.
Do you know what then? Sod it. Rush it to the next Saturday night's main event. Have Nia say,
but they were associated for quite some time.
It's because of me that you lost to Stephanie Vaquer and I'm not being the one that doesn't get to benefit from you finally showing a weakness. I want one more match and run it a Saturday night's main event, the one that is happening before Survivor Series, because wasn't it going to be Seth and CM Punk?
Yeah.
All right, LA Knight.
That sounds about right.
Was it going to be one in...
God, thick and fast, isn't it?
Early...
Halloween Havoc next weekend.
Yeah, early November, I think.
XLI, what's that? 51?
Yeah.
Big picture of CM Punk on the thing.
Uh-huh.
And the one after, yes, is the
Cena's
John
last
Cena
match.
one. That is 1st of November in your beloved Salt Lake City, Utah.
Of course.
The Delta Center.
Delta Center, in which I hope Larry Rabb will be front and center in the Delta, because Salt Lake City's his hometown.
Oh, God. So it's, wait a second. So it's Wrestle Dream and Win Havoc on, of course.
Ramoba. I can never remember. 25th of October. I can't remember it.
And then the week after that, Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
And then, we got a bit of time. It's end of November.
End of November
Games.
for 5 series.
Presumably Full Gear must be in there as well.
It'd be a weekend. It'd be one of the middle weekends, so you can expect an NXT PLE to get announced as well, probably.
Well, let's not forget the December one.
All of a sudden, you're like, can we not count a program, please, with the best one of the year?
Let's not. Yeah, be careful. Deadline with the greatest new match type in all of wrestling, if you're unaware.
If they ran the Alien Survivor.
Wait a second.
Oh my God.
I mean, get it on the main roster. It's such a good concept.
These NXT shows that have, like, let's call a spade here. These NXT shows that have ran against AEW pay-per-views have died on their race, and justifiably so. They've been sent out to die.
Why their TV's gone up year on year, 8%.
Just to generate a bit of conversation.
With the new Nielsen rating system.
The pay-per-views and NXT PLEs are simply not comparable, and it's hurt NXT this year to see some of their big shows not feel as big. If the
They're developmental, mate, so don't worry about it.
If the Iron Survivor went up against Full Gear,
Piss off, come on.
if that's used, it's like, it's not working. Like, nobody watched Heatwave or nobody watched whatever it was. They were all watching All In. Like, if they just think, right, we'll get them.
Pay for yourself.
We'll get them with the Iron Survivor. That'll show them. But Full Gear hasn't got anything going for it. Like, you know, they've like, I mean, bloody hell, slim pickings for the old challenge of Hangman Page, isn't it? They've just ran out of interesting matches. Like, could that be the one that turns the corner for NXT?
Oh.
What?
Full Gear's November. We're fine.
You don't, they can, oh yeah, because they definitely don't change things in WWE to counter program.
Granted, but the tradition of Deadline being in December. You think December, you think Deadline.
The one big Christmas show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT Deadline last year was...
It's kind of the world's end of wrestling, isn't it? Iron Survivor for you.
Yeah, December 7th.
And then everybody switch off.
Yeah.
No, not this year, because of John Cena's retirement.
Yeah.
And then everybody switch off.
I will not be watching World's End yet. December 27th. Oh, yeah, that'll go down well with the family.
That'll put the button. I mean, excuse me, I find the time. I guess some of them are more professional than we are loving. Guilty officer.
The MFTs are back.
Some people care more about the business than their own families. Guilty officer.
So I assume no Sami Zayn Open Challenge tonight, or if there is, Solo's going to be like, well, I'll be taking this and I'll be taking it going forward. Thank you very much.
No.
What?
Put your hands together. Drew McIntyre hates Samoans, and if he's not fighting Aleister Black, he said, I'll take your challenge, Sammy. You're an honorary oos. Right?
Good.
So he answers the challenge.
Looks like your oos is cocked.
And then the MFTs
He shags his missus as well. Obviously, that's part of it.
That's really good stuff. I didn't even consider him shagging his missus. Because cooked means two things.
Yeah.
So he's shagging Sami Zayn's missus, feuding with him and feuding with Aleister Black over a push from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Drew's a busy boy. But no, the MFTs come out and like, Drew watched what happened last week and the MFT's like, we're going to deck Sami Zayn again. And Drew hates Samoans, but he looks upon and he's like, nah, you're right. And just like peels. Like, I'll get him next time.
He takes the ref so he can win the match.
Yeah.
Come here, Ray.
He just walks off and it's just like a 5-on-1 beatdown or whatever is the MFTs. And then,
I keep forgetting about the Y6.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't get it twisted. Don't get confused. That wasn't Italian brain rot. That was the Wyatts who make their appearance to run off or face off with the MFTs.
Right.
Sami Zayn's disappeared.
Street Profits just go off and split on their own, I assume.
Yeah, that didn't.
Their own time.
That was barely referenced or teased last week at all. The Wyatts used the mind games of there being 5 of them, Jesus. That happened again.
I like that actually Soda Score has actually also got his own mind game, so I've got 5 people. Congratulations.
Big brain stuff, this. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to chin Nikki Cross. That's what I'm going to do.
Scratch my Aleister Black idea. Next week problem. This week, Drew McIntyre says, I came for a fight. And Sami Zayn says, well, I come for a fight every week. Let's have a match. And like...
Nakamura one. I was like, okay, very nice. You've got your old music back. And where's this been?
Yeah. It won't last. But he's baby-faced again. He was yeeting at a house show.
Was he?
They were in... I don't know if it was one of the Australian shows they did or they were in because they went to Japan afterwards.
Oh, yeah, they did some
on
Aussie
Sumo
Super
Hall.
Show as well, didn't they? Yeah.
You know, while obviously you're in that part of the world, I guess it makes sense. And I saw Nakamura yeeting. So I think he's been baby-faced per the term with the MFTs. So.
Yeah, he was certainly working, you know, hard hitting as he always is, but like not being a
wasn't
bastard.
cheating, was it? Yeah.
Before we wrap up, you know, another word on these big changes coming to SmackDown. You want to see more potential call-ups, you reckon?
Yes.
Talked about it on the news, obviously.
Yeah, it's been a feature of our NXT coverage lately that the game has most definitely changed with how you get called up and when. The old template is gone and not before time. Like this idea that everybody has to win the North American and then win the world or whatever. Like, bin it. If somebody's ready, they're ready. If like they've passed all your weird NXT tests, you're a really brilliant babyface. I think if you ever turned, it'd be terrible. Turn him heel, give him a year as a baddie. It doesn't necessarily need to go like that anymore. If they're ready, they're ready. If they're good at like enough, get them up, see what they can do, test folk, but in a good way. The Jim Ross sort of Shark Tank, you know, like if you've got it, I'll like reward it ultimately. I think there's a distinct lack of that. This is not me doing a thing. There's a distinct lack of that in wrestling, all of wrestling, WWE and AEW. Yeah, where like talents are being encouraged to like I don't want us to go back to the days of slitting throats, but like take a spot. Yes, there's a lot of open spots at the moment. It feels like that, like certain wrestlers are jumping into. Stephanie Vaquer has like just thought, no, that's mine actually. I'm this massive star and I'm going to take it.
4 title wins in 2025, of course.
I'm going to completely prove myself. I'll tell you who's like who's isolated a spot that is obviously hers. Somebody that's looked upon the landscape and thought, you know what, Raw's missing is a massive heel in this division. Asuka.
Yes.
Like, it is, wrestling will still ultimately, it will still be decided by the bookers and the people who want to push certain people. And there's only so much you can do if you're not the booker's favorite. And I understand that. But it feels like there are a lot of spots there for the taking. And I would certainly like welcome what might happen if an NXT, like Zaruka are going to get a title shot against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, right? I'm not suggesting that overnight they then become the biggest stars. But if within that one match, Zaruka can tell the story they've been telling everywhere about this impending split, and Sol Ruca once again gets that finisher over as popular as it is, you don't know, do you? They might just go, we'll finish the story on the main roster. They're going to get called up. The SmackDown fans overnight have learned about these two, seen that there's dissension, seen that she's got a killer finisher and is the more obvious babyface to gravitate towards. Let's split them up on SmackDown instead of on NXT. And then all of a sudden, you're bringing up two people, talented people, with a feud. You've got the heel, you've got the babyface, you've got the story, you've got the hot finisher, and then they're both off to the races on the roster. Like, I don't see why it has to follow the old principles of do this, and you get your goal. Like the WrestleMania, the post-WrestleMania SmackDown. Oh, it's call-ups night. Does that not actually reduce them in status as opposed to just arriving when it's time?
Yeah, and we've seen the brilliance that Javon Evans, for example, has shown on
Call him up
straight away. Yeah. No mess about. I think they're going to probably hold back until post-Rumble, perhaps, but we'll see. I don't see why you would necessarily wait around so much. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to mention is, like you say, we're going to see, and we'll talk very quickly about Zaruka in a second. We've seen like the likes of Javon. We talked on the news about Trick, and I was just like looking at the NXT roster, and we talked about Tony D'Angelo. We don't know what's going on with him. I think it's just personal reasons why he's not on telly, so we're not going to speculate too much on him. I was looking, and I was like, I can't believe I'm about to say this. And certainly 6 months ago, I don't think these words would ever have crossed my mouth. But if you want to do a thing where Sammy has another challenge, but it's another match that gets thrown out, but it's not necessarily as much as Shinsuke versus Sammy. It's just some person gets a chance. Sammy's probably got the match in hand, but then the MFTs show up again, and it's like, no, this isn't a thing anymore. You're not having an open challenge. It's me and you, Sammy. And by the way, we're also going after the tag titles, whatever you want. But you need Sammy to have a match against a fairly distinctive heel. Why not have Josh Briggs show up? Like, I've just beaten Matt Cardona. Like, you can put that over.
It's funny,
He's just an arsehole. Fans clearly don't like him.
You know, when the likes of me and you, Fed hacks, some people would call us, get wind of like an indie darling. They're like, well, I'll probably just bring him in straight on SmackDown, if anything. Having very limited knowledge. Like, you often say, you're kind of familiar with them, but you don't like to talk about it. You don't like to reveal some of the hot favourites on the indie scene. You wait until they're on WWE. That's the line, right? I think a lot of people might speculate on someone like a Matt Cardona to get a US title invitational match right now because he's back in the conversation. He's appeared on NXT via TNA, and we know what's going on with WWE and TNA, so it'd be another thing to be like, hey, that's TNA's Matt Cardona. Imagine if they got a TV deal, pump, jack that brand up. But we're like, all of a sudden NXT becomes like no, that's our indie promotion. Josh Briggs beat him. It doesn't make sense that he's getting a title shot. Like, while the people that don't give a toss about NXT are like, Matt Cardona's back in the system, throw him on SmackDown. We're like, excuse me, I think you'll find he was defeated.
Get in line.
In one-on-one singles competition, wins and losses matter. Like, I don't think that's a terrible shout at all. I don't think Josh Briggs is another guy, right? What's he got? He's a big guy.
Sammy'd work brilliantly with him.
Flashes of excellence in certain matches, but really, what's he got? Let's see. Like, if he goes onto the main roster and he kind of surprises a few people, he's a big guy, so he wouldn't look like one of them NXT call-ups where it's like, where's he? He's far away. Like, I don't think he'd have that problem, right? However,
we're Briggsy, we're Balmy, we're on the roster tonight.
I don't know. I don't exactly know what he offers. So let's see.
He's got a smoking thing on his like a skull that's smoking.
You can't forget that.
Is that anything?
He sometimes takes the piss out of The Undertaker.
That was class. Do that, actually.
Who would do that?
Oh, my God. Take us find Sami Zayn tonight. I'll find out after the break. Psyched against it's Josh Briggs.
I love that. The commercial break.
Like, if you want to get him heel heat.
The commercial break tease of The Undertaker answering the United States Open Challenge.
People would be like,
right after the break. It's Josh Briggs.
I am Josh Briggs.
It's his Death Rebel theme.
I don't know what it is. No one does. But we talk about more stars from NXT coming up. Will the women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, be able to bazooka that Zaruka on tonight's show?
No, because in an odd twist of timing, Zaruka got stabbed in the jugular by Blake Monroe on this week's NXT.
Of course.
So she's not working 100%. Now, I've never experienced something as terrible as that. But if NXT on Tuesday told me anything, it was that it basically leaves you with a tiny red mark and you can still work a battle royal. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
But it might mess your thought process up somewhat.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, what's the one rule?
Oh, my neck, I'm confused.
Who are you, the Great Khali?
Don't climb over the top rope to help. Just slide under the bottom rope, check she's all right, and then get straight back in the ring.
So you have to be too quick.
Yeah.
Who knew how long that beatdown from Blake Monroe, who just left, was going to go on for?
For those that have missed it, and it might be everybody, Ruca have been teasing dissension for months, and Sol Ruca was out supporting Zaria in a battle royal, despite the fact that Zaria earlier on in the night had been stabbed in the neck for a 1-2-3 and not a death.
With a hair clip thing, wasn't it?
Blake Monroe Wolverine fingered herself with a three spike. She put a 3-spike hair clip through her hand, so it looked like that.
More people are going to be tuning to NXT if that sort of stuff's going
Everybody's saying it. She Wolverine fingered herself, so her fingers look like Wolverine's, and she stabbed Zaria in the neck. And Zaria was like, I need serious medical attention. So Ruca's like, you're joking, I got your spot in this battle royal.
Do you know she surrendered her
I'm giving you my spot in the battle royal. And she's like, okay, thanks. So Ruca got beat up on the floor by Blake Monroe. This distracted Zaria, who rather than chasing off Blake Monroe, she waited until she left. And then B, while Sol Ruca was being tended to by several medics, thus the best people for the situation, instead of rolling under the bottom rope or stepping through the ropes, she stepped over the top rope and jumped to the floor.
Yeah, she was on the top turnbuckle and she didn't think to climb down. She just jumped straight out.
To eliminate herself from the battle royal. Stupid. Really
but
stupid.
Funny.
So how are they?
I think they're split tonight.
I'm for it. Do it on SmackDown. Bigger audience, bigger platform. Go for it.
Or at the bare minimum, they lose due to issues with the team, which is perfect, obviously, because you've got that thing of wait a second, are Charlotte and Alexa best mates? I keep saying this is going to Mania for me.
There's law for the law fans. If you remember, gang, that Evolution, Charlotte and Alexa got the title shot because of a Ruca taking a bullet gimmick. Remember? Was it a Charlotte spear where Zaria pushed Sol Ruca out the way? Am I remembering that correctly?
No, I think it was Zaria speared Ruca because Alexa
pushed Charlotte out of the way, and that led to Charlotte and Alexa getting the title shot and winning the title. So it's almost like the story is, we know what actual friendship is. You guys suck.
The female Fraxium.
Yeah. That's basically it. And Fraxium on the main roster haven't had that at all.
Where are they?
That's what happens to the SmackDown Tag Division, pal. You arrive.
Where is he?
That's
what people are saying about both, not just Axiom, of course.
No!
But also Nathan Fraser.
When I'm cleaning windows.
We don't do bits, but if we did bits, we would have workshopped one on the news today where in this strange period where within WWE and AEW, sometimes you're really into a wrestler and then they're just gone from screen. You're left screaming at the camera.
Where is he?
It's the where is he guy. So, yeah, that's what we'll find ourselves asking about Fraxium right now.
And
Motor City Machine Guns. And DIY.
Yeah. I found recently when I was watching Dynamite, and nothing against her, but when Lacey Lane debuted, all I could think was, where is he?
That's like a bit within a bit.
Very clever. That's just wordplay in it.
That's 2 bits for the 365-day a year bit desk.
Where is he? Where is he?
This is how it happens.
Think about it.
Yeah. In brackets, think about it. In brackets, after the think about it, do you get it now? That's the next day. Day 3 days in a row.
Anyway, lots to look forward to on SmackDown tonight.
You need 366 for leap year, so I can go for that one.
Is it a leap year? Definitely not. Wait,
2020. When was the last Olympics? Google it.
Surely.
You've got a nod,
2024 has to be.
2024 was the last Olympics. Does it have to be? Could be 2022. That's how even numbers work.
It was London 2012.
Is that your... See, I have to go from Atlanta 1996.
Jesus Christ.
When Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. That's we've all got a system. I forgot about London 2012. I was at it. I got pissed at 3 events. I tried.
I got wrecked in Hyde Park. Yeah.
Yeah. I got drunk at the volleyball and
nice.
Caused a bit of a commotion at the handball. And me and my brother asked to we were given the Ross by the stewards, or we were asked to leave. But he was drinking at the football. You get overexcited. You're not biting your seat. Hell. All right, it's good. 2012, 2016.
That's how it works. Yeah.
2020, but it was cancelled for the Pando. So what happens then?
They just did it a year later, I think.
Okay, 2024, 2028. right, so this...
The leap year wasn't cancelled.
No, the leap year wasn't,
Yeah.
but the Olympics was. But I'm just...
You've lost the trail, though, because you're trying to figure out leap years. You're not trying
Oh,
to...
yeah. Yeah, thank you,
Forgot
Nicholas.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts ahead of SmackDown tonight in the comments or on X at WhatCulture
It
WWE.
wasn't cancelled.
Whilst you're there, you can follow all three of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at...
Michael Hamflett.
Follow our brilliant producer, Adam Nicholas, at...
It's Adam Nicholas.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. As I said, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. We'll be back on Monday to review SmackDown, of course. WrestleCulture with a hashtag bloody good quiz coming your way later on today. But for now, it's been the SmackDown preview. My thanks to Hamflett. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.